So all Satan needs to do is distract you. He doesn't need to destroy, he doesn't need to kill you. He just needs to keep you thinking what? Because here's how he does it. He doesn't do it by these massive kind of things that we would all recognize. Like if you're a Christian, if you grew up in the church, he's not gonna do it by you going into some, witch gathering or something, right? You're probably, if you walk into you'll probably go, oh my goodness, I'm in a witch gathering. Like, that's probably not what he's gonna do. It's too obvious. What he's gonna do is he's gonna say, how do I distract these guys? Not by making them, but what if I could distract them with their own religion? I don't need to make them Satanists. They can be good, church-going, tithing 10%, reading Oswald Chambers, Bible-reading people who don't have a clue. But they don't know it because they're deceived. They go to church, they do all the external things, they practice their righteousness in front of people, but the problem is it's become duty. There's no delight in it for you. You have no delight in it anymore, man. Christianity has become dry to you. Some of you sitting here right now, it is dry bones. You're just like, I don't get it. I don't understand. I'm not passionate. This has become no delight for me. This is sheer duty to me now. And here's what Jesus wants to say. And maybe this is the only thing you take out of today. And I've talked about this 1,000 times. So some of you are like, yeah, move on to the next point. We get it. We're not supposed to be. But some of you, maybe this is the day it actually lands for you and you go, man, maybe you need to get snapped out of some kind of self-deception in this moment. And the one thing you take away is you actually have no delight in him at all. You are completely in this mode of religion and God wants to go, listen, you're self-righteous, you're jumping through the hoops, and here's what I want to say to you. You know what Jesus says in the book of Revelation, chapter 3, singular? He says to this church who's very distracted with other things, he says to them, you have forgotten your first love. And in this moment, there's some of you in this room where this is the thing you got to take. You have forgotten your first love. You just don't have remember, and Jesus says to that church in Revelation, he said, remember. Like, how do you remember your first love? Like, think about your spouse, right? Remember how it was when you first met, man? You would be on the phone and you would just talk about nothing, and you'd fall asleep on the phone, man, just to hear that voice, just be like, yo, baby, just keep talking, babes. And you just sleep, but what's going on, babes? It's all right, it's 5 a.m, it's cool, just stay there, girl. And you would do that, and you would just do that because you could just be together, man. You could just hang out together, you could sit in each other's presence, talk about nothing, absolutely nothing, and that was life, and you loved it. But now things have gone cold, and now you're just, your roommates in a house, and you got money struggles and whatever. How are you going to rekindle any of that? You got to remember to go back. Why did I get in this in the first place? And what he says about himself is that if God himself has become a duty to you instead of delight, go back to the first love. Remember what it was like when this was all fascinating to you. Remember what it was like when God was blowing you up and changing this and changing that, and you were restructuring that and trying to figure. Go back. Remember.